everyone. This is Matt Black from WrestleZone.com, and I am here with the AEW World Champion, the voice of King Shark in the upcoming Suicide Squad video game, and the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Joe, how you doing this morning?
I'm excellent, man. How are you? How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. At World's End, you beat MJF to become the AEW World Champion for the first time. You haven't taken a whole lot of time to celebrate your newly won championship. But if you had the chance to have a Samoa Joe world title celebration with no expense spared, what would that look like?
Well, that's the thing is actually I did celebrate. I celebrated in spades. I immediately took a private jet to London, celebrated the new year with friends and family amongst the beautiful downtown crowd down there in London, after which I flew back to the States, down to Miami for a few days, rented a boat, took it out for a little bit, did a little championship cruise, headed back to my house, and now we settled in, and now we're ready to defend the championship.
Very nice. Speaking of defending the championship, you had your first title defense last week on AEW Dynamite against Hook. How do you feel about Hook now after being in the ring with him?
I mean, what a tough kid. I mean, of all the lambs that I've slaughtered lately, that was by far the toughest sheep that I've ever had encountered. I mean, no, let's be honest here. I mean, the Hook is very young. He's a very tough and very durable individual, incredibly strong for his size. I will admit that. But, when it comes down to it, he's the type of dangerous individual that I knew I needed to squelch right immediately. You got to go after the dangers in this world. And, it's a very, very dangerous young man who's still, becoming the predator that someday he hopes to be. But I was more than happy to, remind him of his place in the grander scheme of things and how the food chain works.
Yeah, I think one of the craziest spots in the match, you hit the muscle buster on Hook, and he kicked out at 1. I lost it. I never saw it coming. A lot of people online, for some reason, were upset about this. What do you say to people who were upset about Hook kicking out at 1 of the muscle buster?
I say they should air their grievances. They should tweet about it, and they should Instagram about it, and they should let the world know about their displeasure about what happened during that. And I think that it needs to be that way. It needs to be unadulterated, unfiltered. You need to say what you think and get out there and let the world know how you feel about it. I thought it was damn travesty myself. I agree with y'all. It was ridiculous. And I can't believe it happened. And it's disgusting and it's wrong. And let's get together. Man, we get a petition. Where's the petition? I haven't seen a petition yet. Are y'all serious about this? We need a petition.
True.
Listen, I'll be the first to sign.
Get stuff done.
I'll be the first to sign. It's gross. That's what I think. Let the free man speak the free word. There we go. Boom.
Well, you've got Hook in your rearview mirror now, and it seems like both Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page are gunning for you. But with the AEW ranking system restored, they're going to have to earn their title shot. As we look towards Revolution, do you have a preference on who you'd want to face, or would you rather just get both in the ring in a three-way and send them both to the back of the line?
No, I mean, here's how it works. This is why we've established this new protocol. This is why we've brought back in the committee to handle these things. Is because, listen, I'm the type of person that can't have things that are not excellent around me, right? So if you have not excellent challengers around me, I mean, that just dulls the shine on my championship. Why would I want to waste time with that? So with the committee, you have to show up, you have to produce results, and actually be excellent to be in my presence. And as long as we keep that protocol in effect, I think we're giving the very best to the fans of AEW, because I can't stand when people suck. It is the worst thing ever, having people that suck in my vicinity. It sucks the energy out of me, just watching their excellence just ruin my day. So, I mean, as long as we keep these sucky people as far away from the vicinity of me, the champion, the epitome of excellence, then I think everything will work out great.
Makes sense to me. Now let's switch over to the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League for a bit. Mm-hmm. That game comes out next month. You voice King Shark, one of the members of the Suicide Squad. You did a lot of voice acting in this game, obviously. You're one of the main playable characters. During your time doing voice acting, did you have any interactions with Kevin Conroy?
Unfortunately, I didn't. Schedules didn't quite match up. And, though I will say this, when I think of who is the iconic voice of Batman in my head, despite all the amazing actors that have played him in the live action movies, it's Kevin. It's that voice. It's I am the knight. That's it's him. And to be involved in a project, and especially this one, which may be the last one that we hear him in. For me, I'm extremely honored to kind of be a part of something like that.
Yeah, I mean, this game is a continuation of the Batman Arkham universe. What does that mean to you? Like, because that's one of the greatest video game trilogies of all time. So for you to be involved in that world and to continue on that story through the Suicide Squad, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm overjoyed. I mean, it's a fantastic opportunity to create something with a company that created a trilogy that brought me hours of enjoyment and that I played through in full. It's just it's surreal in a lot of instances too to see hey, you're doing a game for Rocksteady, and for maybe the average person that may not be a huge thing, but for people who are involved in games who know what the Arkham series meant to kind of the industry as a whole, how genre defining it was, how much modern day action games are kind of really based on the principles set forth in Arkham. Yeah, I mean it was an easy yes, and it was a tremendous honor.
Yeah, they just recently announced earlier this week that the Joker is going to be the first free DLC character in future installments of the game. Do you have any preference or any like a wish list of what other DC villains you'd like to see added as playable content for this game after it releases?
Yeah. Some I won't say because I know they're coming, so I don't want to put that
Fair.
out there.
That's fair.
But of a lot of them were people I can't talk about. But yeah, I mean, if I had to pick, I mean, maybe because I'm an Idris Elba fan, like the Onslaught. I mean, that was pretty badass. I think he's got some cool that kind of work well. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. Man, now I realize if I do say something, then I'm confirming they're not. Okay, I
Yeah,
can't say
no,
nothing.
I get that. That
Man, we
was
try to
that,
do,
that was my
man. Like,
bad.
I
That
can't
was
say
my
this
bad.
stuff.
That was my bad. Sorry, Joe. But King Shark, he's not a stranger to DC media. He's been around a lot in recent years, and a lot of shows and a lot of movies. Did you take any inspiration from any past portrayals of King Shark when you took to this role for the video game, or did you just want to make it your own?
I think we kind of I think by default I kind of had to do the make it my own approach because like the different versions of King Shark are so vastly different. They're so like from a mindless savage beast to very funny comedic sidekick to you know uh, hand. Like it really
Yeah,
runs. I mean, he really runs the gamut of a lot of different characters. So it's kind of like this. I knew this shark was definitely, on the hyper intelligent side. Definitely, is a character that has been kind of locked away from the world, but has read everything about it and is beyond excited to be out in it. And yeah, it's definitely more of a shark filled with wonder, but mainly because he's finally being unleashed on the world and he's just taking it all in and having a lot of fun.
that's awesome. Not only you got Suicide Squad, you're the AEW World Champion, but you're Sweet Tooth. In season 2 of Twisted Metal was just announced, like I think it was last month.
Mhm.
Have you done anything with production for season 2 yet, or are you still like reading scripts and gearing up, or what's
Very
the
minimal,
status of that?
very minimal yet. Status is they're cranking away and getting season 2 ready. Yeah, I think obviously with all the happenings in the industry and strike stuff, schedules get a little jumbled and stuff. But I know that they're going full speed. We're in pre-production, and hopefully we'll be in production soon.
That's awesome. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy man. One last quick question, just for fun. Your fake out walkaways in the ring when wrestlers try to dive on you is iconic. But one of the the most recent ones went viral when John Cruz tried to dive on you and you walked away and he just kind of like shrugged, like, where are you going? Do you have a favorite one? Is that it? Or is there one that like really sticks out in your mind as one of your favorite walkaways?
I mean, that's pretty solid number one candidate right now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
That's really good. I mean, I don't know why he was so surprised. I mean, really, that's my only question. I mean, he really
Yeah,
should have just nodded with like, acceptance, like, oh,
I should have known this was gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of leading the pack right now. But I don't know. The ones that probably are my favorites are, unfortunately they're sprinkled on throughout house shows, and probably, you know, AJ Styles is probably the victim of most of them. But
Very fair, very fair. So Mojo, thank you so much for the time. Do you have anything to plug before we get out of here?
like I said, just pick up Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, have fun with your buddies, and hopefully y'all enjoy it.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for your time, Joe.
Thank you. Take care, man.
You too.